Lights, camera, action.
Shit, I gotta pull it.
Oh yeah, in the Safari.
Everybody's like, dude, it says there's 0 videos. So it just comes out when
Yeah.
we're live.
It takes a couple minutes though.
Okay.
But like we're live right now. Won't lie to you.
Are we?
Yeah.
What's up?
I'm so nervous.
I don't know how to. I forget how we were to start it, but I don't.
No,
we're good.
I got this. I'm ready. All right, I'll just start. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my podcast. It's been a while. Haven't done a podcast in a while. My last one with Alex, that was about a month ago. This podcast is going to be deep and personal. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm here with another Logan. There's 2 Logans in the room, so that makes it 10 times better. What's up, Logan?
What's up, man? How you doing?
You know, not bad. Couldn't say I'm bad at all. I feel no pain. See, it feels a little awkward, but it'll get in the rhythm of things.
Yeah.
All right. Even though it's like, you didn't even know we were live. Oh, look, mobile live dashboard means we're live.
All right, let's get it.
If you guys are new here, I'm Logan. I do
Logan
YouTube.
too?
That's Logan also. I do podcasts. I do YouTube videos. They suck, but I try. Just, got to put the entertainment out there. I'm here with Logan Kelleher. How you doing, buddy? I feel like we just did this intro.
It's all right. I'm doing great. You know.
So, me and Logan known each other for a little bit now. We played on the same baseball team. Semi-pro, not high school. He's obviously older than me. How old are you, 22?
22 now, yep.
Damn, I don't want to get that old.
No,
but it's going to happen.
You don't want to get this old.
Because it sucks, man. When you get older, life starts sucking more.
No,
I'm just joking.
It really does. It really does. I'm not going to lie.
It depends on what you do. I hope the audio is good. Imagine.
We'll find out later.
Imagine if the audio is not working. But I honestly forgot. Oh, yeah. We played on the same baseball team. We played semi-pro together. And there's one day I was like, I'm not going to drive all the way out to Bum, so I'll hit someone up that can drive and give me a ride. So I hit up Logan, asked for a ride. I mean, I feel like we didn't know each other as well.
No, we definitely didn't know each other. He hit me up and he was like, hey, can I get a ride? And I was like, sure, man. Yeah, I'll give you a ride. So we met up. I picked him up, and then we drove out to the game, and then we were talking about some deep stuff. And
I feel like we were talking about deep stuff, but it was more after the game. I think after the game we could have talked for hours, and that's why we're doing a podcast.
Yeah,
because we want to talk about that deep stuff. But honestly, I don't because we weren't recording, and it was just all true deep feelings. It won't be as good as this podcast, but it's still gonna be good.
Yeah.
But no, we were driving home and. We were talking before the podcast. We were mentioning how we're both similar people, I would say. We both had some struggles in our lives. And I feel like that's what we're really going to be talking about in this podcast, man.
Yep.
Honestly, don't remember where we're going to start with this. I'll be honest with you. I have no idea where we're going to. But
we can just talk about we can just talk about what we were talking about when we were going out to the game that one day. All right, so pretty much I picked him up one day and we were going to our game. We were just talking about some deep stuff, and I know that from Twitter, I've always followed him. I've always knew who he was. I didn't really know him.
I'm always tweeting, man. I'm always tweeting
yeah.
for the wrong reason.
Tweeting.
I gotta chill sometimes though. I'm always tweeting really deep shit, but I'm like, dude, that's not me. It is, but I'm more of the type of person who I'm a happy person.
Yeah.
But keep going on that. We were talking some deep ass stuff.
So we were talking about some deep stuff, and just when we went down, I kind of knew. I was like, oh, I might talk about this or I might talk about this, because this was our first time meeting, just face to face. I mean, we played baseball together, but we weren't really
close. We were yeah.
We didn't know each other that well, and so we were driving out to the game, and I was just kind of getting small talk with him, and I knew I kind of wanted to get to the point where I wanted to talk to him. Because I could tell from him tweeting and all the time, and I'm like, oh, we're pretty similar. So
yeah, both like sports. We both deep personal stuff.
Yeah, so I kind of knew that at that point maybe he might have been going through something. So I was like, you know what? On the way home, I'm gonna talk about we'll talk about some stuff. So we're just kind of jamming out, and remember when we were on our way down, we were listening to Bieber.
Yeah, we listened to Biebs, man. And that's what you got the conversation going.
I was hyping up Bieber. I love Bieber. That's my guy.
Yeah,
my guy.
we'll get into music later, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
know Bieber's your guy. Everyone,
yeah.
everyone that
Everybody
knows you, everyone that knows you knows that Bieber's your guy.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own artist, but
Hey,
no, like
he's the GOAT.
I remember
GOAT.
we were talking on the way home. We were talking about past stuff, like what makes us happy in life. Like, I remember the biggest part about our conversation was both like anxiety in general, like how we like dealt with that. So I want to ask you, like, when did you first start getting like not bad? I don't.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
Did, I guess we didn't really go in depth, like bad anxiety. Like, when did that really start coming to you?
All right, so like I didn't really. I think that I might have. I mean, when I was younger, I didn't really. I didn't know if it like. I mean, I didn't really know what anxiety or like depression or anything. Like I didn't know. I didn't know what that stuff was, and so I think that like looking back now, I think like I might have had like instances where like I was like, oh, that definitely was it. But like I don't really know if that was it because like I just at that time I didn't really know what it was, and like until like I didn't, and I was always in denial of it because like when like when people are like, yo, like are you depressed? And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not depressed. Like I'm just like I'm just like not happy. Like
I feel exactly.
And I don't think I really like realized it until. I don't know when, like, all right, so it was definitely in college. So like in college, my freshman year, I started to get it. And I think that's when I definitely like, I started to like realize I was getting it. And like, just like, it was like little things here and there. I just wasn't like sleeping and stuff. And I was going through like some like hard times. And I just,
exactly.
I don't think I really had like, so like my first anxiety thing though, like was like, I had an anxiety attack.
Scariest thing ever. Like you,
no,
and you don't know how to control it.
And that was definitely like the scariest thing ever. And that was like when I realized I was like, okay, damn, like this is real. And I was in church. It was New Year's. Or no. It was Christmas Eve, 2017. I was going to school in Cedar Rapids, and I was walking into church, and like I was fine before that. It was totally like a freak thing. And I was walking into church, and like there was a bunch of people just like. We decided to go to the front. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but we went to the front. So like I walked from the back of the church all the way up to the front, and I was walking past people, and I felt at the time like I felt uncomfortable because I was just like I hate walking past people. Like that's like if you were like to go like sit at a game.
Oh,
and
exactly.
you're gonna go walk past everybody. Like you're gonna go sit in the front row.
Yeah.
At a game, and you're passing like a ton of people, and it's like super weird. Like
exactly.
Sometimes I get like social anxiety, but like. So we walked up there and we sat down in like the pew thing, and I was just like chilling there, and all of a sudden like right away I was just like I felt like literally like every part of my body, like from my feet all the way up into my like chest, like I felt like I had like a shock.
Bro, it's so scary, and it's so hard to explain to people that don't know what it is.
I thought I was having a heart attack, and like I was so confused. I was like, what is going on? And like I wasn't laughing like the way I am now. So
no,
like,
yeah,
I was so like
yeah.
I literally like I started sweating, and I was like, it happened. And I was like, oh my god, and like I told my stepmom was with her at the time, and I was like, I think I'm having a heart attack. Like I was like I don't know I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So I get up and I leave, and I'm like trying to walk out, and like I literally almost like pass out. Like,
yeah.
I was faint. Like I couldn't like walk, and I like grabbed onto like a railing or something next to the door, and I got out, and I just sat there, and I was just I couldn't even like my feet were like numb, like I couldn't like it was so weird. And so like I went to the hospital, whatever. Then they're all like, "Oh, like yeah, your heart's good, you're fine," and I'm just like, "All right."
But like, what's wrong with
like my heartbeat is going like through the roof, and I'm sitting in like the hospital bed, and like like how like they have like the pulse thing, like they have like your heart rate, and it's beeping, and I'm like, am I fucking dying? It's like, what is going on? So like I was like, it was just like beeping, it's like beep beep beep. I was like, what? The fuck is going on?
Dude,
and
like,
I was tweaking, but like that was definitely the first time I've ever had like.
And how old were you? You said college.
I was 20, so like. I was going to be 21 and 20.
I feel like that, like, when you get, obviously, like, whatever, but, like, I feel like when you get closer, like, 20, 25, like, I feel like that's when it, like, all starts in you because, like, that's, like, the biggest part, like, when your life starts. Like, you want to be in a relationship. You want to start having kids. Like, it's all scary, but I feel like nowadays, like, kids are starting to develop depression, anxiety so young. Because I don't know. I think it's all social media. Our generation is so addicted to social media. I'll be honest. I'm addicted.
Yeah.
Like everyone's addicted to their phones. Like like this is so bad. But you know how I don't know if you get it, but like every week you get like a weekly um screen time. Like how long on your phone, dude? Weekly, dude, or like daily, but it gives you like a week. Like average, dude. I was averaging like 8 hour to 9 hour days, like on my phone.
Yeah.
But like I don't even know how.
That's crazy.
And it's just like I'm so like I'm just always reading tweets. I'm looking through Instagram, like looking at other people's like stuff. Like wow, like sometimes I compare my life to other people that like show like their happy, but like everyone is obviously hiding. Like everyone posts their happy stuff. No one's ever posting like sad stuff. Besides Twitter, like people are gonna express their emotions. But I know that was a little off track of what we were talking about.
No.
But no, like anxiety is. I feel like anxiety is so huge in our world nowadays. Like I know my first time. I don't even remember my first time getting it. Lollapalooza. I went to Lollapalooza, a big festival in Chicago, and I will say I wasn't drinking. I don't do drugs. I wasn't doing anything. And I got in line to not check in, but like get into the festival. And there's so many people around me. I didn't even know like how to there's so many people around me. And I was like, dude, I have the worst stomachache ever. And, like, I'm looking at my friends, or, like, oh, it's probably just, it was so hot. I was wearing these pants, actually. I was wearing these pants, these shoes, whatever. And I threw up everywhere. And everyone just goes away from me. I'm the only one saying it. I'm like, dude, like, I was telling people next to me I didn't even know. I was like, dude, I swear I'm not even, like, on anything. Like, I swear, like. And they were just like, no, like, whatever. Like, everyone's chill about it. I get into the park. And I threw up even more. I threw up like 6 times. I was like, what is going on? Like, my heart was beating so fast. I've never had my heart beat so fast in my life. I don't know, like, what it was. I think I was just so nervous about so many people around me. And I don't know. It's scary, dude. Like, I get like, when I get anxiety attacks, I'll get, like, super dry mouth. I don't know if you get that.
No, yeah.
But, like
it's...
you get, like, a cotton mouth. You get, like, you're just, like... And, like, that's how I really know, like, I'm, like, having an anxiety attack or, like, a panic attack. I'm just, like, I went to the mall, like, probably last year around Black Friday, and I got the worst cotton mouth. I've been to that mall so many times. It's just, like, it's, I don't know, it's scary.
No, I know what you mean.
And then,
like, or I guess.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, because, like, going off of, like, what you're saying, like, when you, like, when you know you have it, like, when you know it's coming, like, I get the same thing. Like, my heart just, like, pounds like crazy. Like, and it's, I don't know if it's, I think the worst time I get is when I'm about to go to bed. And, like, when I'm, like, when I'm in bed, like,
I think way too much.
I overthink. And, like, I can feel, like, my, like, heartbeat. Like, I can feel it. It's, like, it's louder and, like, it's beating harder than usual. It's so weird. But, like, no, because, like, when I go to, like, I go to places that I always go.
Exactly.
Then, like, you just, like, tweak. Like, you
exactly.
It's so weird.
Like, it's so hard for me, too, because, like, when I went to Lollapalooza, like, there's a lot of people, but, like, I was so scared to, like, I love watching sports. I get so scared to go to sporting events now just because it's, like, am I going to get scared? Am I going to have an anxiety attack, like, in front of a whole bunch of people? Like I want to enjoy watching my, like, sports, but like, how am I supposed to enjoy it if I'm fucking dying over here?
Exactly. I think about it, and I think that's the worst part is overthinking it will fuck you up so bad. Like,
overthinking is the worst, man.
Yeah, because like when you think about it, it just gets worse and worse and worse. And like,
not even anxiety in general, just when you do overthink, it's just like, and then like not next day, like a couple weeks later, you're like, what was I even tweaking about? Like, I don't know.
No, yeah, I totally know what you mean. And like, going back to the whole like social media thing, I think that might even be like how like everything started, because like it puts so much pressure on you. And I was gonna say that earlier, like when we were talking about like, what we wanted to actually talk about, and like social media puts so much pressure on people. I think that like there was a point where like my freshman year, I think I was like so worried about like, oh, what's my next tweet gonna be? Like acting like I'm some like big like person.
Hey, you did have a tweet blow up though. Yeah, dad balling out. I'm sure if anyone sees this.
I went viral one time.
What was it? 4.8 million views.
Well,
Maybe
Or
8?
it was 2.5 million, but it was on like multiple like
Sporting.
Yeah, so like my video was like 2.5 million views, had 88,000 likes.
This video's gonna jump around so much. I'm just letting you guys know this
No,
podcast
yeah,
is gonna be jumping around so
yeah, we're
much.
gonna be jumping around, but yeah, so like, but like when I was a freshman, I was just like always so worried about like social media. It's like,
Oh yeah, you've always
I gotta tweet this, like I gotta do all this stuff and
to get likes, retweets.
yeah, and
right.
I gotta post like an Instagram, and like I thought that like all that stuff mattered, and then
But like that's how our I feel like that's our generation now. Like there's
Yeah.
all these young kids doing TikToks, and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm trying to blow up, get famous,
Yeah.
like get likes, like whatever, like I'm not gonna lie, I used to like I still like a little in me still thinks this, but like yeah, we want the likes, blah, blah. I know this doesn't make sense, but like we're so worried about likes nowadays. It's just like, dude, I used to tweet, like, I still, like, sometimes I do, but, like, I used to tweet things, and, like, if people didn't like it, I'll just delete it.
Yeah, no, I totally.
Like, I do that, and, like, that's so fucked up because, like, like, I know people see it, but it's, like, I'm so worried about people liking it and, like, more people, like, seeing it. It's just, like, it's so stupid. Like,
Yeah.
I do that with Instagram. If I don't get a certain amount of likes, I'm like,
Yeah, no, I know.
I'm deleting
Isn't that
it.
Stupid.
It's just, like, it's so stupid.
It's so dumb because, like, we literally, like, we post something, and then, like, if there's not enough likes on it, we're like, oh, like
we're so worried about it.
Like, this is stupid. But like, if I post a picture and like say it's like a bad picture of me, and like I'm like I don't like it, but like I'm like, oh shit, it got like 400 likes. I'm gonna keep it. But,
Exactly.
Like, I have a picture I really like, and I have it
Exactly.
out, and I post it, and I'm like, oh, like I really like this, and then all of a sudden
You get 200,
I get like
250 likes.
150 likes, or like I get like 200 likes, and I'm like, I'm deleting this.
Yeah,
Isn't that
it's so
crazy?
embarrassed. I don't know. It's so stupid.
Yeah,
If
we
you, like,
constantly feel like we need like validation, and we need like people that
we feel comfortable when we get likes, and it's so stupid. Like, oh, my foot fell asleep.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say this earlier. I didn't bring this up, but I really feel like, so in high school I took a psychology class, and we would watch video. Obviously, it's like how the brain works, like other stuff with whatever, like in certain situations. But in my psychology class, we talked about like depression, OCD, anxiety, blah blah blah. Like I feel like it's not a bad thing. Like we should all learn about it. But when my teacher was teaching it and like explaining stuff, I feel like it put so much in my head. Like I started overthinking. Like, oh man, I do that. That means I have anxiety, or that means I'm OCD. Like I would watch, like we would watch videos about OCD, and then like, wait, I do that. That means I have OCD. And then I would think about it more when I do that certain thing. I'm like, holy shit! Like I'm doing this so much where like I guess I can like diagnose myself with OCD. It's just like it's so, I don't know. It puts so much into our head. Like I don't know. It might sound silly,
and
but
the funny thing is about that is like I used to always think about that, and like in psychology class when we take that, and like they're like talking about all this stuff that you could have, like OCD, depression, anxiety. The worst part about it is like they make you think that it's like a problem. Like they're like, oh yeah, like you have a mental illness. Like they like oh, if you have OCD, you're like the way that they show it on like the videos,
Yeah.
like, the things that they make you watch. It's like, if you have anxiety, if you have depression, if you have OCD,
it's like a problem. You better get
it's like oh, like you're like a psychopath. Like
yeah.
it makes you like look so bad. I think that's the best part about, if there's anything good about like the things that are going on with like this generation stuff, is that I think people can be more open with it, and I think that more people are comfortable with it, considering like just like the amount of people that come out and like talk about this stuff, and like even like us talking about it right now, like just like things like that. I think that's awesome. Is that I think people are more comfortable in it, like compared to like say 10 years ago, if somebody's going through like the same things we're going through, like they wouldn't even know what it is. Like,
Exactly.
Like people wouldn't even have the discussion. People wouldn't even know. And so at least like that's like the good part, is that I think that, you know what, even when I was in high school, it was like I didn't want to admit it. I think that it, like
as such a young person, you don't want to admit that, you know,
And like looking back, I know like we've both gone through it and stuff, but like looking back, like I'm sure that you've seen like times where you've seen signs that you're like, oh, like I guess like, hey, I guess I did, like I'm like maybe I did have it back then, and maybe like I was depressed back then, or maybe I did have anxiety and stuff. So like it's just kind of weird, like seeing like the full circle of it, like just seeing like what, like I don't know, just
No, yeah, I was gonna bounce off that. I had something in my brain. Fuck, dude, I had it in my head. I can't remember what I was gonna say. Um, shit, if it comes back to me, I mean, I guess I'll repeat it. But I guess that was our first topic.
Yeah.
I hope the audio is working. I really do. Hope it's
really
working.
do. I gotta let me see 1 second.
Dude,
I think it's working. I think it's working because people are texting me.
Dude, I totally had it in my head, and I'm totally upset that I don't remember what I was gonna say. All right, I'll go off this. So when I do a podcast, I like to hear, like, I like getting things sent to me, like what to talk about, because we're not famous. Like, I'm not gonna just like bring up, like, no one, yeah. So I let the person that is on the show or whatever, which this isn't really a show, just podcast, bring me ideas, and I've like my own personal question, like, so what was life like? What was it like growing up for you? Like, what was it?
So, growing up, my parents were divorced. Not that matters.
No. Yeah. How's that affect your life though? How divorce change your life? I guess. Because divorce is never hard. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I remember what I was gonna say, but about anxiety, like, it's so, I think, like, nowadays it's so important to like reach out to people about that. Like, obviously that's a no-brainer like statement, but like, so many people are so, like, I feel like so many people nowadays are so scared to like reach out to someone, like talk about their problems. Like, dude, like if like whoever you tell, like if that, like, they need to care, man. Like, you have to know who you're texting and like make sure they give you like good. I don't even know how to put it in words because it's so important, man. Like, so many kids are scared to talk about it, and like I'm so open to talk about that stuff. That's why I'm in like this podcast. I'm so excited to do because like we're gonna talk about deep stuff, but I don't know. Like, it's crazy like how important it actually is. Like,
I mean, I'm sure like even thinking back, like when you wanted to talk about it, like when you wanted to talk about like certain, like, so like you were feeling a certain way, like you were feeling like, I mean, you've experienced it. So
yeah.
Like, have you ever reached out to someone and you're like, you reach out to them, then you feel like what you like, you reached out to them, you're like, oh damn, like, one, like they didn't really care,
Exactly.
or like they just like they took it the way you didn't want them to take it, and like they didn't.
It's never exactly right.
Yeah, so like you, like I would always say, like, feeding off of that, like reach out to someone who you know like cares, and reach out to someone who actually like, you know, like gives a shit, because like I think like stuff like that, it's important. Like, I've definitely, like, I've experienced, I've reached out to the wrong people, and people, like, there's a lot of people out there who don't like understand
Until it happens to them.
like, yeah, like no one really knows, and I think that's fair to say. Like, no one really knows until you go through like certain things. And like, I wouldn't be able to help out anybody 5 years ago. Like, if someone was like, oh, like what should I do? I'm depressed. I'd be like, I don't know what to do. Like, I've never been through it,
but now that like it, like, not saying it's happened to you a lot, but like now that like you do realize what it is, like it's so much easier to give like advice.
It is, and like just like going off of what you said, I think that it's really important to go to someone who's been through it. Go to someone who has like an open mind, someone who actually like cares.
Yeah,
I think that's really important.
The worst thing that sucks is like when you like you said, like when you reach out to someone, they're just like, they just give you advice like you don't want to hear, man. Like, it'll get like, that's my biggest problem. I'm really good at telling, like, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but like I'm good at giving people advice because I've been through it. But like, if I'm going through something, I can't tell myself that, and like that's my biggest problem. Like I'm always trying to give advice to people. I'm always tweeting about like, oh, like happiness, blah blah blah. But then like if I'm sad, I can't tell myself that, like, and I can't get out. Like it's better to hear from someone that really like gets it, and then like they're telling you like, oh, it will be okay. Like, I don't know. It's so hard to explain.
No, I totally.
But like it like everything gets so much better, but it's just like the time thing. Like, I'm so bad with like like I hate waiting, but like the waiting game is, I guess, like what you got to do, man. Like, you can't do much more besides wait. Like, couple months from now, like your whole life's different.
Yeah.
Like, everything's different with your life. Like, anything can happen in a snap of a finger. Like,
yeah, it's crazy. Like even going back to like thinking about past couple months for me, even like it's like tough. Like I wake up and I got like I feel like my stomach hurt. Like you were saying how before like your anxiety messed with your stomach. Like anxiety and like depression can mess with anything. Like your whole body, like your headaches, like stomach aches, like stuff like that. It's so weird because like the last 2 months. I've had even like just like I'll have stomach aches every day. I'll have headaches every day. It's so weird because like you feel like shit one day, and then like 2 weeks later, it's like you're fine.
Exactly.
And then it's like what? Like I literally thought I was dying.
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks ago, and then all of a sudden I'm fine now. So it's so crazy how like that stuff can just like mess with you and like I don't know. And like, I think it's totally. I think it is a mindset thing. I think that.
Oh, totally.
If you have like if you have the right people around you, if you got the right kind of friends, right kind of family, right kind of people who just like care about you and just like will keep you optimistic and not keep you like I think like the amount of not to like say that like I have like bad friends, but like I'm not saying that, but like just like I think it's just important to keep like positive people around you and keep
I mean anyone can anyone
I think
can
that
say
like
that.
just like if you have people who are constantly judging you and constantly like if you got friends that are like judging what you do and like oh like I don't do that so it's not cool or like just stuff like that. Just I think it's really important to keep like friends around you. I think I'm grateful enough to say that I have some good friends that like care about me genuinely and I think that I mean they're not all perfect obviously but like I think that there's always room to bring in more people. And I think that's like the cool thing about you is like we've been through it and not everybody has been through it. So I've had a lot of friends who I've went for help and like not help because like I'm like I don't want to like I don't know that's weird but like I went to like a lot of friends for advice and like at that time when I went to them they didn't know what to say and they didn't know
Sometimes it is hard.
Sometimes
It is hard to be like to tell someone that like that is sad. Like sometimes it is hard to like because you want to say the right thing. You don't want to say the wrong thing to like a sad person like that might just like mess them up even more. And like you never want to do that. So you're like fuck man, like I want to say the right thing, but at the same time like you want to tell the truth and not like lie like.
And it's so like if people haven't gone through it, like we were saying earlier, like if someone hasn't gone through it, they don't know how to react. They don't know how to like help you. And sometimes like when we're the only ones to go through it, we like lean on people and we're like, hey, like I don't feel like happy and maybe like just kind of like and most of the time we don't really like say like oh hey I'm depressed like you don't just say that. Like it's usually like you kind of give like little hints like hey like maybe you'll tweet something one time or like maybe you'll just like maybe they might notice that you're like kind of like down in the dumps. They're just like what's going on? You're like oh nothing like I'm good like, I got it. Like you want to play it off cool like nothing's wrong with you.
And I'm not gonna throw it like I'm not depressed at all. Like I was definitely like back in the day. I was definitely like more sad than I am now. Like I'm not even sad now. Like I'm living a good life. Like that's why I wanted to like hop on to the next topic. Like what genuinely like makes me happy. I was living. I mean, obviously I'm young, so like I was living at my parents, but. I dropped out of school. I didn't know what I wanted to do, and dude, I was sleeping on my parents' like living room floor like for weeks. Like I wouldn't even like sleep in a bed. Like I was just like I don't care, like whatever. And then I finally found a job that I like finding something that like genuinely makes me happy, dude. I have no idea what I would do like if I didn't have the job I have now. Like if people don't know, I work with like people with special needs. Like I love it so much, dude. Like it makes me like appreciate life even more because like. Dude, like, I walk into a building with, like, 80 plus of my clients, and it's, like, they're all different. Like, they all have, like, their own needs, and it's, like, I'm worried about, like, my life, and, like, I look at them, like they show what true happiness is, like, it's so, like, I don't know. I love it, dude. And that like, you just got to find what genuinely makes you happy, and that, like, takes so much time. I don't know.
Like, just like going off like what you're saying, like I see it through like the stuff that you like. You're posting stuff like you and Jake.
Oh yeah,
you
love
Jake.
Jake.
Really close now.
Tattoo baby.
Yeah.
Bang bang.
He's got a new tattoo by the way.
I love you, Jake. Yeah, check out that YouTube video, man. But he wrote "I love you." I got a tattoo of that. If you didn't know. No, dude. Yeah, I don't know what I'd do without any of them. But Jake has definitely made a huge impact in my life. He's changed my life an insane amount. Like it's just crazy. Like I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it.
It's dope. No, like seeing like your videos and stuff, like you can tell, like if you have him on Snapchat or anything, if you've seen any of his videos.
Yeah,
on YouTube,
Twitter,
like,
Instagram. I'm always,
Twitter, for sure.
I'm always tweeting about my work.
But no, him and Jake, they are so close. It's awesome. Like I just like seeing like your guys' videos
I appreciate
and stuff,
that.
It, like,
yeah.
It shows like how. Like just like how happy you are with like when you're
No,
around
yeah.
him, it totally like made me like realize it's like, oh damn, like you actually like you can like see how happy you are, like you're genuinely happy, and it's like cool just to see like because I've had people like that I've been around and like not exactly like Jake obviously, but like you have people around who just like brighten your day, and you can tell,
Oh yeah.
they totally change your perspective on like life.
Dude,
and, like,
I'll walk in to my job. I mean, like whatever, like. Everyone has a bad day. I'll wake up in a bad mood. I'll go to work, and then Jake walks in. It's just like my whole mood is different. Like, dude, like everyone at like all my clients just like show what true happiness is and like what it's all about. And that's why I love my job so much because like I don't know, dude. And like my bosses are great. Like I don't know, I love it so much. I don't even know how to put it into words, man. Like it truly is just crazy how much like them people can really change your life around.
Definitely, like so. Like just like we were saying, we kind of like touched on this earlier, but like having like a good like support system and like when you wake up every day, you're gonna either be like you're either happy or you're sad, and
I feel it's definitely like how you go to bed too, though. Like what mood you go into bed? Like you go to bed in a shitty mood, you're gonna wake up in a shitty mood. Like your day's not gonna. I just feel like your mindset's not gonna change. Like I don't know. I've done that multiple times where I'm just like in a super shitty mood, and I'll wake up and be like, oh cool, gotta do this again, and then just be in a shitty mood all day and just like sucks.
Yeah, I think that going like when you go to bed, I think that like I never used to do this, but like as of recently, like the past couple of years, like since I've been going through like the things I've been through, like I'll like pray when I go to bed, and I do
the same thing. That's why I got that. That's why I got an 11/11 tattoo. It's not like make a wish, but like, dude, I pray every night before bed.
Yeah, and like, it's not even like the fact that I'm praying. Like if you're not into like the whole like God thing, it's all right.
Yeah.
Like not even gonna like go there, but like, that's totally like
that's
totally,
different topic. Way
totally
different topic.
thing,
Yeah.
Like, just like it's like the fact that like I don't just like pray and like talk about all that other stuff. Like I tell it's almost like you're like hyping yourself up.
Yeah.
Like you talk to yourself, and like when you're praying, you're talking to yourself, and I talk about all the things I'm grateful for. Like all the
dude, same
I
exact
talk about
thing.
all that stuff. I was like I'm grateful for this. Like I'm just. You know, I talk to myself. I'm like, I had a rough day today, and I just, I'm really thankful for the people who I have in my life.
Dude, it's so crazy that you say that because I literally do that same shit. And like, I mean, I only tell a handful of people. Like, I'm sure people know, but like, it's just that's so weird that you say that because like, when people pray, people are like, oh, like. I don't know what people do honestly, but like I every night I pray, I'm just like, oh, I'm thankful for this, that. Like, I'm not really praying like, oh. Please give me this.
Yeah, I totally know what you mean. Like when I go to bed, like I'm not, like it's not like I'm like praying and like doing all these like things that I'm reading out of the Bible and stuff. It's like I'm just pretty much like I'm just like thankful for the things that I have and stuff. And it's like that kind of thing like puts me to bed at like on a good note. Like if I had a shitty day, it's like, or a stressful day, I go to bed. I'm just like, you know what? At the end of the day, I'm thankful for the things I have.
Exactly. Like tomorrow's a new day. Every day's a new day.
Every day's a new day, and I'm thankful for the things that I have because, like, you had a shitty day, but man, like, there's so many other people who are struggling with certain things, and like, I should be thankful. I got a roof over my head. I have
exactly. Your whole life could be so much more different.
And I know that sounds so cliche to say, but like, it's real. Like, there are so many people out there who are going through so many worse things than you are, and I think that it's just like. We're complaining because we're like, oh damn, like
I had a bad day.
Yeah, I had a bad day. Like I don't make a lot of money. Maybe I don't like maybe I'm not like I don't like just like it could be anything, and like it's just like I think it's so important to be grateful for the things we have because I think that a lot of times I take it for granted, and I think that stuff kind of like reminds me that's like, oh, like damn, like my life's not that bad. Like
Yeah.
it's not.
No.
So just like talking about that stuff, I think it ends your day on a good note. And I think that going back to another thing, like kind of like ending your day on a good thing, but like starting your day off with a good thing, I think that's important too. And I don't do that.
I know.
I'm so bad at that. Like I do not. Like I wake up and I'm like, fuck. I gotta go to fucking like I gotta go to class.
No, of
I gotta
course,
go,
yeah.
I gotta wake up. Like I wake up and I'm just like, oh fuck, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I know a lot of people nowadays. Like, I know a lot of people like look. I guess there's a thing like you look yourself in the mirror and say like 3 things that like a goal. I think it's like a goal or something. I've always wanted to do that, but like I just always like kind of forget. But I know like I'll be like driving the car, like I'll be like, I don't know, upset or sad about something. I'll just like scream at myself. I'm just like, Logan, you're gonna fucking change. Like, there's no reason to be sad about this shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna change like in the next couple of days. Like, you're good. Like, don't overthink. Like, I'll just like tell myself that, and like it helps. But like at the same time, it's like I still have to like deal with it. You know.
Yeah.
It's all about how you deal with situations. I don't know. So many people will go through some shitty shit and like they'll just like totally ignore it and think about something else, and like they get through it so much easier than certain people.
Yeah.
This podcast has been, I feel like, so long, but like,
I don't even know how long we've been doing it,
but that's only our second time. We have so much to talk about.
we have so much to talk about. So if you are watching, stay tuned. We have a lot of.
This will be on YouTube.
We got kind of sidetracked. We're gonna talk about a lot of other things, but no. So I was gonna bring this up. I saw this. So I follow this dude on Instagram. He won't ever see this, but I'm gonna say it anyways. I'm gonna shout him out. This dude. I'm a big Chiefs fan, by the way. So I found this guy because he was.
Shout out Chiefs,
Shout out
Grant.
Chiefs.
Hey Grant. Shout out Chiefs if
Yeah,
you're watching.
Grant.
I doubt you're watching.
You tweet at
I
me.
love you, but yeah, you tweeted. I saw you.
Hey,
Give that shout out to
Chiefs
Chiefs.
fan.
Biggest,
Just wanna let you know,
probably one of the biggest
I am
Chiefs
the
fans
biggest
here.
Chiefs fan that there is.
Patty
I just-
Mahomes, I know you're watching this motherfucker.
Patty.
I'm just
Patty
joking.
Mahomes, what's up, man?
If you want to have a catch sometime. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
But no,
But
but
no,
yeah, he's
so,
definitely
like,
one of the biggest Chiefs fans I know. But
I am.
And
I
Grant,
am.
my homie Grant. You guys
Sorry,
are definitely
Grant,
up
I am.
there. You guys know
I'm
so
the
much about the
biggest
Chiefs
fan.
and
I'm
football in
the
general.
biggest
It's
Chiefs fan
insane.
But anyways, so I follow this guy, and I didn't know about him obviously until like he had a podcast with Travis Kelce. He's
Tight end for the
tight end for the Chiefs.
for the
So
Chiefs.
I was really
that.
interested in it. So I'm like, all right, shit, I'm gonna look at it. So I watched this video, and this guy has like YouTube videos and podcasts. It's like the same thing. Like he has a podcast on like the podcast app.
Yeah.
But he also has like videos that had like. So I watched the video on YouTube, and I found this guy, and his thing's called like Fundamism, and it's like he like breaks down like he kind of like talks to people and like has like an interview like this one-on-one, and he's like pretty much like asking like what do you value in life, like all that stuff, and like what do you think, like what is fun for you, and just like stuff like
Yeah.
that. You just kind of like gets to know people. It's really cool, and I think that it's awesome. Like, and that's what made me want to even do this. And so I watched this video of this guy, and he was talking to Kelce about like all this stuff, like about all of his like personal stuff, and like at the time he had a show, a dating show, and he was like, there's a lot of pressure on him for all that stuff, and he just like he didn't I don't know, that's a whole other thing. But he said this quote though, and like I thought it was like I tweeted it when I heard it last year because I thought it was like so like crazy,
Yeah.
it's so real, and it's like that's what it says. It says don't worry about what people think about you because they don't think about you. And I thought
Dude,
that,
I never heard that quote, but
Yeah.
that's so true though.
it is, because like there's so many times where we're like,
Damn, I didn't even read because
Yeah.
he sent me the like script of this podcast. I didn't even read it, but like now that you say it, that's actually insane.
Yeah.
Like I've never heard that before.
and when he said that, I literally like stopped the video. I'm like, oh my god, like that's crazy. Because like think about that, like when like don't like people don't
They want
actually
to
think about you.
It's just like when they hear that you're failing over, like they see you failing or like not doing something right. They're gonna like that. I feel like people love to see other people fail, and
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Like obviously there's other people that like aren't like that, but like there's a lot of people in this world that love to see other people fail. Like
Yeah.
even in sports, like
Yeah.
I've like all the football fans, they love seeing certain people
yeah,
fail. Like
yeah.
well,
That
that's
stuff's
that's
so
sports,
messed up.
but that's a different subject. But no, I never. Yeah, that's an insane
Yeah,
quote.
like don't like I don't even know what it says again. I gotta look. Yeah, it says don't worry about what people think about you because they don't think about you. And like the reason why I think that's so crazy is like constantly everybody, and especially this generation, like in the things that we're around in social media, like people always like are worried about what people think about them. And I think that I have the same thing too, like where I'll go into like a bar full of people and it's like, these people don't like me. Like these people like no one, like I think that my biggest problem is I don't think that people like me. And the
Yeah, I
thing is
definitely
though,
have
is like
that.
I'll do something and it's like, oh, like these people don't like me, or like they don't care about me, or like I post a picture and it's like, oh, people are gonna judge me. And like I think that's the biggest thing, is where people are judging you. And
Judgment, yeah.
yeah, and
I hate
the thing with that is like, going off of that quote is like, people, like we always think that it's like, oh shit, like that person right there, like they definitely saw that, like, or like this person is gonna make fun of me because I did this, or I posted this and I said this. And I think that it's crazy is that, like, it's so true, that quote is that people don't actually give a fuck. People don't care. Like we think that in our head, like we like engrave in our head, we're like, oh my god, that person just saw me trip and fall, or like, oh, that person knows this about me. Like people don't, like, people, when people go home, they don't actually think about that.
No.
Like you think that, like, oh yeah, hey, Joe over there saw me just trip and fall and he's gonna go home and think about it all day. Well, I'm stressing over the fact that
He knows
I
that,
think that,
yeah.
like, he saw that, or like I did something embarrassing, and like I remember in like middle school, like, or something, like I got de-pantsed in school. And like I thought that it was like, I was so embarrassed. I was like, I went home, I'm like, oh my god, like I'm sitting in my room and I'm like so embarrassed. I'm like, these people all saw it. And like people don't go home and like be like, oh yeah, hey, remember that, like that kid like got de-pantsed in school.
Yeah, a couple weeks later, it's out of their brain.
Yeah,
like,
no, even like the day, like we tend to like just think that so many people think about us and care about us so much, and we're always like worrying about what people are saying and judging us about, and it's
definitely
people
like,
don't actually care.
Yeah.
We think that they care, but like I think that's like the motto to go off of, is that like people don't worry about what people think, because like they don't actually care.
Yeah.
No one actually thinks about it. Nobody actually
unless
cares.
you're like super, super close with them, but like if you're like super distant with that person or not, yeah, they don't.
No, yeah. And like even going off of like something else, you could take that a whole different way and say that, you know what, don't worry about what people think about you, because like they don't actually think about you. Like think about, like, people don't, like, I know this is way deeper, but like
We like the deep stuff.
Yeah, we like the deep
That's what she said. Yeah.
but like people don't like think about like even your friends, or like it's kind of like thinking about like you're all by yourself in this world, but like people don't actually give a fuck. Like they people are out for themselves, and like people like don't really care. So like don't worry about what people think about you, because they don't actually care.
Yeah,
like, they really don't. At the end of the day,
I feel like that's the biggest thing with like social media. Like people will hide behind like their screen or like their phone, write mean ass comments, but like they don't know you. Like they just want people to see that they're getting ripped on, and like other people add on to that. Like people love like just like quoting tweets, shitting on another person.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm sure we've all done it, but like, I mean, I haven't like recently at all. Like I don't know, I've matured more, but
yeah, I'm mature now.
But yeah, definitely like, I don't know.
No,
People
like,
love
I know what you
rip.
mean.
I don't know.
Like especially like, I mean, he's got a YouTube channel. I mean, people like,
Yeah.
and the thing is,
Dude,
he's told me so many times that people like I remember there was times where he was gonna stop, like he was gonna not do it anymore.
Yeah.
And like I used to always like DM him, and I was like hyping him up. I'm like, dude, no, you're gonna keep doing this.
Yeah, and I
you're gonna keep
did.
doing the videos, and that's the worst part, is that, and even like for you, like the whole quote thing, like don't worry about what people think. 'Cause, like,
Exactly.
people don't actually give a fuck. Like people are doing that stuff just to
Get in your
like,
head.
People are like jealous, like, and like I've done it too. Like where like I will say something about somebody, and it's just like I'm just jealous. Like I'm
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's like, sometimes we get jealous of the attention, and just, you know, like with your YouTube stuff, and people are gonna like, I know that like they have like the dislike button and shit. Like people like dislike your stuff, and you can't take that stuff too personal, because like, not everybody's gonna like.
Dude, you could have, I don't know if you remember this, but in like the respect retreat at our high school, there's those respect retreat people, and they always said you could have a 90, it just based off whatever. They're like, you can have a 97% on a test, but you're always worried about that 3%. As good as the score is, like with likes, say I have 200 likes, I have 4 dislikes. I'm going to be worried more about the 4 dislikes than the 200 people that liked my video.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's so true. Like, you're so worried about the people that are disliking your stuff compared to way more people liking your stuff. Like, it's just like, it's all just a mind. It's just like the brain telling you, like, oh, look at the dislikes. Like, you have 4 people that dislike that compared to 200 people that really do like your videos. Like my liquid ass video that somewhat blew up on YouTube, whatever. I got so many comments saying like, "This kid fucking sucks. Go back to school. Get out of your parents' house." Like blah blah. Like it didn't bug me. It's just like, it's just funny that people like waste their time to actually like take their time and comment that, as like they're probably doing the same thing.
Oh yeah, and like
it's just like random ass people too. Like I don't care. It's
Thinking
just
about
like
that stuff. Like think about all the people that like you're friends with. All the people like when you have like social anxiety and stuff. You're like, oh, like these 2 people don't like me, but like. You don't even think about the fact that, like, oh, hey, I'm with 10 of my friends at this place, and, like, I'm at a party, or I'm at a bar, or I'm with, like, a bunch of people, and, like, 10 of these people who I'm with, like, they all love me, they all like me. And,
exactly.
But, like, 2 people there don't like me, and then you're like, oh,
fuck, I want to leave. Like,
yeah, like, isn't that crazy, though? Like, we let so many, like, small things that, like, don't, like... Just like we don't appreciate like that the fact that oh hey 10 people here like or like I have a large amount of people who like me, but I'm so worried about the things that people don't like about me, or like the people who like are just like not friends with me and like they don't like me, and I'm like oh yeah, I'm so upset over this one person, but I got 10 people right there who actually like
exactly. Could you imagine like on Instagram if they had like a dislike button? Could you imagine how many how many people would just like be so destroyed by whatever?
Yeah, all the girls out there who are like, oh damn,
trying to
like,
Instagram
that yeah,
it's okay.
They're like oh shit, that chick is so much hotter than
but
I
like
am.
you know what I mean? Like imagine if we had dislike button, like people would go crazy if we had people. I don't know.
Don't ever do that Instagram. Don't ever do that. That's bad.
Yeah, literally.
That'd
be that would make people go insane.
We do not need that. We do not need that in this world.
I'm gonna jump off the next topic because we've talked so much. So someone, if you're watching, I feel like no one's watching, but if you're watching, I honestly I don't even think it tells you how long we've been going. All right, I'm just gonna pick something on here. We talked about growing up. All right, I want to talk about you about this because we talked about it a little bit before the podcast. Like, what's your perspective on a high schooler graduating, going to college? Like, what's your like biggest advice to tell someone about that?
So
because like I'm one of them. I mean, I graduated and had no idea what I would do, but like I didn't want to be like that type of kid to be like, I'm not going to school. You know, like I wanted to try it out. Like I did it, but then after that first semester hit, it was like school, and like school's not for everyone. But I kind of want to know like what your perspective is on like what advice you would give to like your own kid, like like you know like graduating high school, like after college, like.
So mine's like a little different because I've given advice to people and it's been different every time, and I think that I've never been the greatest student, so I'm okay with that now, and at the time, I think that when I went to school, when I went to college, I knew damn well like I was not a good student. I've never been a good student. I've never cared enough about my academics because I mean I didn't try in high school. Like I didn't care, and so going to college was definitely a bad idea. And I think that it's kind of hurt me in the long run. But I definitely would say if you are not willing to do the work, and if you are not ready, and if you are not a good student, I would say do not like right away out of high school, don't go to college. Like I would definitely say don't go, because I never really realized that I went because I thought that I just want to have fun. Yeah. And I went to college because I was like, you know what? If I don't go, everybody's gonna judge me. If I don't go to college, I'm gonna be a loser. I'm gonna be that guy that never went to college. All these people are going to be out there having fun, and I'm going to be just that guy who, never went to school.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to be a fucking loser.
It's like out of high school, like you don't want to, and the thing is like, I feel like that's such like a big like weight on your shoulders. Like when you like don't want to go to college and like you don't want to tell, like, I feel like I mean, don't get me wrong, my parents were super supportive when I did want to like drop out, but like I feel like parents nowadays are like, oh, you should be doing like.
Yeah.
I feel like they want to control your future, but like this is also a quote I read by artist. He said like it's like, and I always think about this. I was gonna get it tattooed on me, but like I've thought about it. I don't want it tattooed on me. But it's just a good quote. It's like better have a short life full of what you like doing than a long life spent in a miserable way.
Mm-hmm.
Like I always think about that. Like I don't know. Like now looking at it, I'd rather be doing something that I'd love doing rather than waking up every day like, wow, fuck, I got to go to a shitty job. Like,
Yeah.
And I've worked there for a year now, and I haven't woken up once. And like, I was like, shit, I gotta go to my job. Like, I've never like thought about that. Like every day, I'm like ready to go and like see everyone again. I always think about that quote. I don't know.
No, that's good though, cause like, I mean, I go to work sometimes, and I'm just like, fuck, I don't want to go to work. But anyways,
Money's money. No, I'm joking.
Money's money.
No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, and kind of like going off of that, just like, I feel that though. I definitely I know what you mean by that, because like I think that's been my like perspective as of lately, because like I've spent, this is my thing, I'm gonna go like this route, I'm gonna go like pretty much like just like I think I've felt so much pressure, and I'm not like you said, like I'm not putting blame on my parents at all,
I don't.
but I think it's just like it's a thing that people like not just people like not just your parents, but like just like the older generation. I think that they put so much pressure on people, like teachers. Like I remember in high school, like teachers were like putting so much pressure on kids. They're like, oh yeah, hey, this will never fly in college. Which,
Exactly.
One, that's a lie. Like,
no, it's such a lie.
I cannot
dude.
tell you how many times I've done things in college that would never fly in high school, and like college professors don't
I got
care.
dropped
That's
from a class. That sucks.
I've been there. I've been there 1,000 times. But,
I don't want to talk about it.
But yeah, no, like just like stuff like that. I think that people put so much pressure on kids going to college, and I think that it's. I felt it for sure. I thought that I had to. I felt like I was kind of like a failure if I didn't, and just I don't know.
That's the thing. I don't want to throw names out there, but one of my favorite teachers at Hempstead. I'm sure she wouldn't care, but I won't do it anyways because whatever. But no, dude, she watches my videos.
Oh, never mind.
You're
gonna find out.
I'll tell you after the podcast, and you know who it is.
Okay.
But I'm sure everyone loves her. But I shared one of my my cozy corner like videos on my Facebook, and we're friends on Facebook, me and her. Dope. I love you so much if you're watching this, and you know who you are, English teacher. That's all I'll say.
I know who she is.
She's not young, and so don't get any ideas. But no, I love her. But I posted on Facebook, and she was like, Logan, like you have such a great heart. Like she was just like give me so many good compliments, and I like responded to her, and right away she was like, after Christmas, let's get some coffee soon. I was like, dude, that's so cool because like, dude, I love this teacher so much, and like just like the fact that like I feel like she's the only teacher that really like knew I had like somewhat of a bright future. Like she would be the only teacher to tell me like, Logan, like your characteristics and your traits like that you have, like your personality, I can tell like you're gonna you'll find something that you love to do every day. And like she's the only teacher that told me that, and she was exactly right. Like I finally found something what I was gonna do, and I wish I could pay her back for everything that she's like done for me, but like whatever. But like deep down that like because there's a lot of teachers out there that like just show up and teach, you know.
Oh yeah. No,
like and then there's some teachers that are super personal in your life, like they want to help you out as much as possible, and it's just like I appreciate that so much by her, and like I just can't appreciate her enough for believing in me. I'm so sick. I'm not gonna lie to you. You can probably hear it. But did you want to add on to anything? You ready to jump to another conversation?
Well, I guess I kind of going off of like just like teachers and stuff. I've had in college my freshman year, I was doing so bad. Like I was failing like every class, and I stopped going, and I think I know what's wrong with the dog.
You good, dog? He probably has to go outside. It's not my dog. It's my roommate's dog, and he's just tweaking.
My professor. my professor, she emailed me one day, and this was like my freshman year. I was kind of going through, I was going through a tough time. That's kind of where it all started. I'll probably get to that by the end of the video, like my whole story.
Dude, I feel like we have so much to talk about still. This has definitely been going. It's already 12:20.
How long have we been doing this?
I feel like we started at like right. I feel like we started a little before 11.
Okay, that's not that bad though.
It's like an hour or something.
We can clean it up.
No, I have so much more to talk about though.
But yeah. So like I had a professor, and she was like, she hit me up. She emailed me. And she was like,
she hit me up. She slid in the DMs.
Well, she slid in my inbox on Gmail. Or not Gmail. But she hit me up, and she was like, yeah, AOL, AIM Messenger. She
Hotmail.
She was like, she's like, hey, I'm really worried about you. Like, you haven't been to class in like 2 weeks. Like, are you okay? Please come see me. Like, we need to talk after class. And so I show up to class because I'm like, oh fuck. Like, she just emailed me. I'm like, all right, shit's getting real. I gotta go to class. So I go to class, and she was like, she comes out to me. And at that time, I think it was like an English writing class, and she was like, hey, you need to come. She's like, we need to talk after class. And I'm like,
she just spanks you.
Fuck. Like, here it is. All right, I'm gonna have to like deal with it. So I go to class, and the whole class goes through. After the class is over, she's like, so she's like, can you just come talk to me real quick? So the whole class leaves, whatever. The class is over, and she's like, what's going on? She's like, you know what? I'm just gonna get right to it. Like, something's going on. I know something's going on, and I can tell. I know something's going on. Like, you don't just like not show up to class.
Yeah, of course.
She's like, I'm really worried about you. Like, what's going on? Please talk. Like, she's like, please talk to me. So I was like, all right, you know what? I'll talk to you. So I told her literally, like, that was like the first time I opened up to her, and like I literally told her my whole like life story. It was crazy. And honestly, if it wasn't for her, I probably would have dropped out.
Yeah.
And like teachers like that are amazing and awesome. But yeah,
it's crazy how much like. No, you go, P. I'll have a short intermission by myself. Guys, if you don't follow me on Instagram already, go. I got P too. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be good though. Go follow me on Instagram, Logan Zara. Go follow me on Twitter, Logan Zara. New YouTube video out with my boy Jake. Surprised him with a whole bunch of Christmas presents because I love him so dearly. Do anything for that man. People think he's just a little boy. He's a grown man, and I love him so much. But Jake's the best. So is everyone. All my clients. I got a tattoo in his handwriting. I'm all alone, man. I haven't done this in a very long time. I hope you guys like my Christmas lights. Me and my roommate hung them up. Pretty festive this time of year. You can't really see it, but there's my Christmas tree. I stole off my mom's porch. She still doesn't know, but she's probably watching. So, Mom, I took that off your porch if you were looking for it. It wasn't the mailman. But what's been new in my life, man? Working. Got a big day tomorrow. Gonna go to Happy Joe's. Everyone likes Happy Joe's. If you're in Iowa or anywhere with a Happy Joe's, everyone loves it. We're back in action, baby. I was kind of just talking about some random shit. I'm not gonna lie to you.
All right. So, what do you want to talk about now? What should we talk about?
I want to talk about I want to talk about the music, with like how it helps with like sadness and anxiety and whatnot. I want to start quick. I'll be honest. I don't like listening to sad music because when I listen to sad music, man, it gets me in some sort of sad mood where it's just like I don't know. Just being, like, I'm not gonna listen to Mobamba like when I'm sad though. Like, I don't know. You gotta find that right music that really toots your horn and makes you. I don't know. I don't even know.
So, like, all right. So, we all have our artists. We all have our favorite people. We all have our favorite artists that we either we just like listen to their music or we follow them, or I think that people get caught up in what celebrities and famous people are doing. So like, I mean, like I have my own people, but like
JB,
JB, yeah, JB's my guy.
Can I ask you something? What would you do if you met JB? Honestly,
I don't know. I've seen so many things where he meets people and like people are like overwhelming.
I'd shit myself, and I'm not even.
I don't know what I would do.
All right, I have a good question.
No,
I have a really good question.
Right. What is it?
Would you rather sit down, have a conversation with JB, or have a nice football catch with your boy Patty? That's a good question.
That's so. I've had me and like my friends have talked about this. I think it was like a couple of days ago actually. Like my boy Jarrett. What's up, man? If you ever watch this, here's a shout out. But me and my friend Jarrett were like just kind of like talking about like, all right, who would you rather meet? Would you rather meet Bieber or would you rather meet like chill with Pat Mahomes? Like who would you rather meet for a day?
That would be such a hard question.
The weird thing is like I thought about it and I was like, all right, I'm gonna ask you this during this, and I'm glad you brought that up because I honestly forgot about it. But I would rather meet Bieber. I'd rather hang out with him for a day because that's my guy. That is my guy. Like literally.
Damn, you're gonna pass up Patty?
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
Pat,
You've been such a long. I feel like you've been such a big fan of JB for so long, even when he was younger, which is weird. But no, I'm joking.
No, listen. So, Bieber, the whole backstory about the Bieber thing is when I was, I don't even know how old I was, but
probably young. You were probably like, I want that Bieber hair.
2007. I was in middle school, and Bieber comes out. You know, he's on YouTube. He's like one of the first people to come out of YouTube, and I used to like go on YouTube all the time. YouTube was hot then because like YouTube just came out around this time.
Damn, that's crazy.
And I was always on YouTube, and there was this little kid who was like singing, and it was like on like like the little sidebar, the little like thing on the YouTube thing.
Yeah.
It says like, it's pretty much like the hottest videos like trending, and at the time I don't know what it was.
This fucking pig, man.
I'm scared to pet the dog because
he'll bite your finger.
Might bite me. So, but no, I saw like the video of him and I was like, oh, what's this? I was like just like a little kid, and I saw him and I was like, oh, like that's dope. And then like there's a video of him like singing to this chick and he was like serenading her, and I was like,
he was what?
He was serenading her. It's like he's like singing to her, and he's like,
what do you mean like?
He was singing to this older girl, and like
dropping.
Like he was just singing.
He was like buttering her biscuit.
Yeah, he was singing to her, and he was like kind of like he was flirting with her, and so he was singing this video to her, and like I was like, oh damn, like, this dude's a stud. So I literally subscribed to this guy, and like I literally like follow Bieber, and he's got his old.
Did he have a lot of subscribers?
Oh yeah, like no, like he was blowing the.
Okay.
Like he was blown up, and so. And like I would see like little like news things of him, and I'm like, I used to I followed this kid's life before this social media all came out, and like I would like look him up, and I'm like, oh, like that's cool, like he's on like this news show, he's on this stuff, and like I followed him, and so he gets big. He has one time that song comes out, his first song, and he like
give us a little something. Let's hear it.
I can't. How does it go? I know how it goes. Trust me, I know every lyric. I know every lyric to every song
of JB.
Yeah. There's not one. Like if you were to like bring up a song, any Bieber song,
we do that for a YouTube challenge. I'll do that for a YouTube challenge. If you get it wrong, you have to go word by word. If you get one part wrong, you gotta do some sort of challenge.
Okay.
That'd be a fun video.
No, we'll definitely do that. But like, yeah.
I got fucking fart. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Just I'll talk and then
you definitely heard that one, folks. That was a rip.
So, but no, I saw this dude, and I followed him from then on, and then he got famous, and then I would still follow him, and then going into like middle school, like late middle school, like 7th, 8th grade, I used to listen to him, and like I would like low key listen to him. Like it was like no one could know that I like listened to him.
Because so, like, he's what, 10 years old and you're 14, 15?
No, he's older than us.
Oh wait, duh, I'm an idiot.
He's 25.
I was thinking like
he's 25 and I'm 22. So like, and then every girl liked him. Like all the girls liked.
Oh, there wasn't one girl.
Every girl liked the swoopy hair. Everybody had that look.
Hair.
Everybody had the swoopy hair look because of Bieber. Just
Do you
put that out
do you
there.
consider him the biggest for our generation?
Oh yeah. And I saw a tweet the other day.
And it's
that
No,
said
go ahead.
the
Yeah.
biggest artist of our generation was like it was like the top 4. It said, fuck. All right, one was Drake. I'm like, fine, whatever. Drake. You know what? Drake's been around for a while. Whatever. I'll give it to him. Bieber should be second if he's not. I think Bieber should actually be 1. But anyways, I saw a tweet that said Drake number 1. 2 was like, oh, fuck, what was it? It was I don't know the order, but like the amount of people. It was Drake, Post Malone. Oh fuck, someone else. Who was it? I don't even know. Like it was like Ariana Grande, and then there was like it was saying artists of the decade.
Yeah.
So it was like a top 4, top 5.
Yeah.
And Bieber wasn't even in the top 5. And I'm like, dude, do you not realize that like Bieber literally hasn't had an album in 4 years since 2015, and he literally puts out hits constantly.
Oh yeah.
Like his features go number 1 every time because like people like every artist knows that he's like literally like
The real fucking deal.
he's the goat. Like literally like we get DJ Khaled gets like I'm the
Might
one
be a
with
hot
him.
take to some people, but
Hey, I got facts. I got facts for anybody who wants to give me a little debate. Anybody who wants to go back and forth with me. I will literally say Bieber is the GOAT. I got the facts. I got the numbers to back it up.
I wouldn't want to
So,
argue with it
No,
either.
you don't want to because I will come at you life.
I can't really find. I don't listen to enough people to like argue with that.
I don't either because I only listen to Bieber. So, but
You get a DM from Bieber like, thanks,
yeah,
G.
no, dude, if Bieber follows me, that'd be dope. Because Travis Kelce follows me.
So
But
wait, what?
yeah, he follows me on Twitter. I think I'm so.
That's
I think
that's
he
the
mutes
same
me.
thing with Logan Paul.
He follows you?
Yeah, he follows me on Twitter.
Fuck Logan Paul.
Yeah, not a lot of people like him.
Oh
With,
wait,
like-
no, I should like him though, because we got 3 Logans.
Yeah.
Maybe, hey, let's collab one day, you know?
After he's like, you're like, I fucking hate him. Fuck Logan Paul. He's like, yeah, dude, I'll collab with you.
Yo, hey, yeah, let's collab one day. Maybe we'll make it big. But yeah, just going off like the artist thing. I think that
Oh yeah, we totally like flew
Totally,
off our
like,
topic, like what we
tracked
were.
off. But
Sorry about
going
that,
off
folks.
like the artist stuff. I think it's like there's a lot of like there's so much pressure on like actual like artists and shit. Like there's so many people dying. Like there's so many things about like all these artists dying, like Mac and.
Dude, when it happened to Mac, like I know, like obviously he did coke, like,
No,
you know,
like,
I
there's
know
so
he did
many,
drugs, like,
drugs and shit with it.
but like, dude, that's just like it sucks because like, dude, music is such a big impact on people's life.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just so crazy. Like people will come home from like a long day or like a shitty day and just like throw on music and
Yeah.
just like listen to like lyrics that people wrote and
Mhm.
just like it's
Yeah.
so crazy how much of an impact music has on people's
Yeah.
lives. I don't know if people like really realize that, but like it's insane.
Mm-hmm. I used to. So this is like another little like quote I heard. Like I think it was like a Bieber video. That's the funny part.
Bieber's
No, it
such
was-
a big take in this
it was a-
podcast.
yeah, Bieber has a huge feature in this podcast. But I was watching like the movie. It was like the Bieber movie or something. I don't know what it was. Yeah, and like
Oh, from a long ass time
yeah,
ago.
one of the like the dude who does his beats and stuff was like saying how he's like music is I don't know the exact thing, but he's like music is like an alternative language that literally like everybody relates to music so much that it's like almost like it's a like a language that everybody can like just relate to. It's like it's like a third or a second like language, and like people who like hear American music and stuff listen to it in China. Like they don't just like,
Oh, no,
like,
yeah.
like you know what I mean. Like people who listen to like artists, like music is like global. Music is literally
Everywhere.
worldwide, and it's crazy that like so many like these artists like we rely on them to make music to fucking like fit our needs and shit.
Yeah.
Like it's like oh shit. I see stuff all the time. Like people are like. I really hope that like Post Malone gets his fucking heart broken again, so I can like literally like satisfy my.
And people
life.
want that
You know
shit.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, people like we literally want like these artists to like just be there all
Suffer.
the time. Like it's like oh hey Post Malone, fuck you man. I hope you get your heart ripped out again. You know, fall apart. Hey, we need another one of those. Get your fucking
Feeling
heart.
Whitney.
Get your heart fucking broke. Because I need some more music. But like that's what I'm. That's a whole different thing. Obviously.
Exactly.
But, like we rely on these artists and it puts so much pressure on them and like that's why these people are doing drugs and shit like and that's always been a thing in like the industry though like celebrities like we got like actors and actresses and then we got obviously we have artists in
Dude,
like, musicians, but
you can keep talking about it, but there's this really big quote by, like saying like money isn't all about happiness.
yeah.
I have to find this quote.
I think that if you give me $1 million, I would be really happy.
Okay,
But-
it was by
but-
Jim. It was by
but-
Jim Carrey. He
Oh, I know what
he
you're
said,
talking about,
I hope everybody could get rich and famous and will have everything they ever dreamed of. So they will know that it's not the answer, and like it's so true because like money, dude.
No, money does not buy happiness. And I think that it's crazy because, like, when I was at my worst times and when I've been through all the things that I've been through, that I would literally tell people, and I would think in my head, I'm like, dude, you could give me $1 million and I would be fucking miserable. Because, like, literally, like,
Exactly.
my, like, mental health is so much different than people think. That if you've never been through it, like, it's not as easy as you think. It's not just like, oh shit, I had a bad day. Like, I'm just gonna go home, like, go cry myself to sleep, like, next day, whatever. Like, it's all good. Like it's seriously, like, it like drains you. Like, there's some days I wake up and I'm like, I feel like shit. Like, literally, my stomach hurts all day long, and like just stuff like that. That people don't understand, like how much it actually fucks you up.
Yeah.
And
I mean, don't get me wrong. You need money to support a family. You
Well,
need
yeah,
money
yeah,
to.
yeah.
You do need money to, if you want to travel, have fun. Like, you do need that, but like, it obviously isn't the answer to everything. Like, you have to find out a way to fucking find that true happiness.
And like, you could give a lot of people like all this money, and like they're not happy because, like, obviously, like, I mean, millions of dollars, you give these people all that money and like they could do whatever they want, and just like, I don't, like, you could like people who like are like famous and like they're like they're depressed and like they have all these things going on, like, it just.
You have to think about it. Anytime a famous person, dude, people that are like really like people that are famous, blowing up, whatever, they can't leave their house without even like,
No, yeah.
without someone. Hey, let me get a picture. Let me sign. Like, will you sign something for me? Like, they can't just live their own their own life. Like they have to like straight up like wear a disguise just so they don't get recognized. Like, imagine how hard that would be. Like, go out to dinner with your wife or whatever. Like, and you get a whole bunch of fans like ruining like your personal time with them. Like, the only way you can really have that personal time is staying in the house and doing it that way. But it's like people. I mean, don't get me wrong. If I see David Dobrik, I know you're a big fan of the Biebs, but David Dobrik is like a different level. I fucking love David. I love David Dobrik. No, I'm saying if I saw David Dobrik, I'm gonna bug him. I'm not.
I saw his
But
girlfriend tweet the other day about someone coming to their house.
wait, say that again.
His girlfriend. Does he have a girlfriend?
No, I want them to. Natalie,
Yeah.
that's
No,
his
no.
assistant, but like they have to
She
be
no,
dating.
she tweeted about like saying like don't ever fucking come to my house again.
Yeah, dude, that's what like people
Like,
just
don't-
show
don't
up to like their
fucking-
they'll find their house and just show up and like dude, that's where people live. Imagine like you being famous and you just are being so bothered by people coming to your house like trying to bother you. Like, do you not realize how annoying that would be if you were on the other side? Like,
No, like, and I think that that's what got me with the whole like Bieber thing. Like, I was so like I think that so I watched that one movie and it kind of like shows like in depth like stuff about it, and like over the past couple years I've seen like just like the amount of paparazzi that follows like these famous people. Like I can't like. And like going through the things that I've went through, if people followed me like the way they did, like these people can't even go to they can't even go get food. They can't get ice cream.
they can't go to the movies.
They
They
can't do
can't.
anything. Like I saw this one video. Like Bieber used to wear disguises and stuff. Like he used to hide in trunks of cars just so he could literally go like they used to hide him in different cars and like try to trick people because like these people don't have like you can look it up right now. Like you'll see like. If you look up on YouTube, like Bieber and like paparazzi, like every single day there's a paparazzi in his fucking face, and like you'll see, and then
And dude, like,
the only time
and
you
they
see
get
it, though,
like paparazzi don't think they're gonna get mad. Like,
No.
dude, imagine a flash in your
yeah,
face,
you
like a
come up
camera,
and- you
like
come
let me
up
interview
my
you. Like,
face and like you know what? Hey, if I'm famous though, I'm cool with it for a year or two. Like you're like oh this is dope. Like hey,
yeah,
what's up,
everyone
man?
wants
Like,
to know what it's like,
yeah.
but then when you actually know, it's like
yeah, live with that for like 10 years, and then you let me know what's up. But like just stuff like that. Like I see all these videos all the time, and like, but the only ones you really see is the ones where they get pissed. And like you got Bieber like walking around, and then all of a sudden like someone gets in his face, he's like, dude, get the fuck out of my like. He's
Yeah.
Like, stop. And then people are like, "Oh, what a fucking asshole!" It's like, "Oh yeah, like yeah,
Imagine you.
yeah." Put a camera up to your face for like fucking like 10 years, and like I just see all these old ass people just like saying stuff all the time, like, "Oh, what an asshole," like all this stuff, and it just that shit's so annoying because like
It's
people
so
like they
annoying.
don't like, and people look so bad because like all these famous people like
My roommate's home.
it's like they do one thing bad,
Hmm.
and then like people are like, "Oh shit, like what an asshole." It's like, dude,
Yeah.
if you had a fucking camera, if you had like these news and like all the press following you 24/7, like
Alex! Shut up, what? I doubt anyone heard that, but chill. How was babysitting? We've been doing a podcast for like, it has to be 2 hours
it's gotta be
closer.
2 hours.
I know. Please don't break one of my lights, Apollo. You might have to pick him up. You might have to pick him up. Look at that. Look at that grown ass man. Damn, you're gonna have to do something. Damn, look at that body. No. What's your favorite Beep song? That's what I want to know. My favorite Beep song has to be. I'm a big fan. Is it I Don't Care with Ed Sheeran? Sure. That's like my favorite feature of him. I would say that's like 10,000 Hours is a banger.
10,000 hours, like it's so hard though because I like to, dude. I like them all. Like I like every single Bieber song, but
He's dropping an album in 2020,
yeah,
isn't he?
2020. I think it's like early January.
If I ever have to figure out anything about Biebs, I'm
Like,
asking
hey,
you.
I have like people don't know this though. Like when I find out that like if I go out and like I'm like chilling with someone like they're like talking about Bieber, like I'm like I talk to some chick and she's like, oh yeah, hey, like I like Bieber too. And I'm like, oh yeah, hey, I got like literally like 50 unreleased songs by Bieber because like I know a guy who's like in the industry and he sends me like all these like he sends me all this shit and like he'll send me unreleased songs that like didn't make albums and he'll be like, yo, hey, this one didn't make this album, here you go, like.
And it's still a banger.
No, it's a banger. Like all of his unreleased shit is so fucking like fire. It's amazing. And like he'll like hit me up and be like, "Yo, hey, Bieber's dropping something next Friday. Just letting you know." And I'm like, "All right, cool." I'm just like fucking like tweeting like, "Hey, Bieber's gonna have a banger in like a week." Just saying.
I bet you can see the
Bet.
feature. and shit.
But no, like, fuck, I don't know. What, like of all time, it's hard to say because like
So many.
I
He has so
fucking
many.
like so many of them.
If you had,
I'd say-
damn, please don't break my light. He was so good when you were gone. Yeah, he was just laying and like snoring. Please. Because these aren't my lights. Only one of them is. My boss's. Yeah, that'd suck. I have to figure out. Dude, remember it was 12:20 just before it's 12:43.
Oh jeez.
That was a quick 20. Alex is just gonna sit in the background petting his dog. Yeah.
Where's the camera?
Right there.
Oh.
You just like get naked. Bro. He has no idea that the camera's on. I can still see you. Look at my screen. What do you mean? He's like, how long ago? Dude, I'm making chicken wings after this podcast. I'm starving. Go, Apollo. Are your friends watching the podcast still?
I don't know. Let's see.
They probably quit after
No,
when
they
I
probably-
said
They
wiener.
probably gave up after like 2 hours.
After I said wiener, they were like, dip, bye.
Yeah, no. Let's see. No, one of them said like they watched for a while.
That's chill.
All right, so
It'll be on YouTube though, so
Yeah, it'll be on
I doubt. I know for a fact no one's making it this far into the
no one's making
podcast.
this far.
It's just something to look back for me and you.
So, what's you got? New Year's coming up. What is like the New Year's resolution?
Oh,
What do you
shit.
got? What do you want to do next year? That's
What's yours, Alex?
Alex.
I'm just, he goes, geez, listen, wait. No, I'm just joking. New Year's resolution.
Or like maybe not like a resolution, but like what do you want to like do differently? Like Or what do you want to like? What do you hope to do? Because we probably like
Dude.
we don't do we don't ever do like New Year's resolutions. We don't ever actually.
Something with YouTube, man. I want to do more stuff with you. I've only made. I'm trying to think. I started YouTube last like October. I've made from last October to now. I've only made 33 videos. So like I would like to make more videos. It's just so hard to make like content with people just because you never. I don't know. It's hard. Like you have to. I feel like you have to find the right people to like make videos with because like if you make a video, it's like, fuck, that didn't turn out the way you like. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but definitely something with YouTube. Someone I don't know, finding like true happiness. Like I'm happy, but like imagine being happy like every single day. I know that's impossible to happen, but like just like finding like true happiness would be so dope.
Yeah.
Working out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Better shape, man. How are you?
I would kind of like so like the whole like happiness thing. I think that like that's the most important thing is that being happy. I think that I didn't really realize like I thought it was overrated. Like happy like
Yeah.
you don't need like happiness is not like the greatest thing ever. Like to focus on it enough, but I would say that like happiness is the most important thing for me. I think that I want to do is because like I don't know, like I've spent so many times like the last couple of years I've been just so I wouldn't say miserable, but like I've had so many rough days that it's
Yep.
like draining and just like I just want to feel like I just want to be like happy again and I want to just I think that like that's like the mental part of it too is that like happy like if you're just I think that if I'm healthy I'm gonna be happy and I think that like and that goes with like my like the mental health part of it like if I'm like feeling good in the head like and I'm feeling like my body's good I think that if I like start my day off good you know like go work out and I think that I'm gonna start doing that too you know
it helps,
I'm not
man.
really good at committing at things,
I've been doing it a lot more. It definitely helps with your mindset. I mean, obviously there's days where you're still like whatever, but yeah.
But yeah, I want to work out. I want to like get in shape because like I'm so out of shape. I'm like I am not like I think what was it like 2 years ago I was like eating pizza every day. It was really good. It was awesome.
I thought you were still doing that.
I do eat pizza like about.
I'm eating Sam's Club chicken boneless wings, and they're so gas. I'm making some after this. I don't care. Even though it's almost 1 o'clock, I'm starving. Even though I just had dinner.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I just kind of like. I just want to be healthy. I want to be happy. I want to work on that stuff. But I just kind of like. I think like the most important thing though that I want to do is that I want to like focus on things that are. Like are gonna like make me happy.
Better yourself.
Yeah, and I think that like the most important thing.
And
like,
thing is, you're not gonna find happiness. I mean, like you like in situation, but like you always think like, oh, other people are the like your happiness, but like you have to find like. That sounds
like happiness in like in yourself.
Yeah,
not
yeah.
like other people.
Yeah, I saw a tweet about that once or something. But there's definitely people that like obviously like make you happy, like.
Yeah, no, I think I would say that like that was one of like my biggest problems is that like I was looking for happiness in other people, and not myself, and I would.
And that drains you, man.
Yeah, no,
it drains you after a while.
Because like I know like I could go on for days about this because like I've had like so many like past things with it.
Yeah.
Like looking like constantly like I think that like my biggest thing was like my freshman year when I was kind of going through like a tough time. Like I was like talking to like a girl and. Like it didn't go the way like I wanted it to go, and like
of course,
like it got like dragged out. Like it like I literally like was like bummed on it for like 3 years. Like I was like hung up on this fucking like girl for like 3 years, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
But, like it was like I like the girl.
But like you always think like fuck, I'm not gonna.
But no,
I'm not gonna find happiness.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
not gonna.
And then
but
I was like, oh, like if it's not with her, like I don't want it. Like I was so upset over it, and I was like constantly letting like I was letting like my happiness rely on like one person, and I think that like that fucked me up so bad. And I was like,
that's that time factor, man. Like time's always I feel like time is such a big answer in our lives where it's just like you gotta just wait for that perfect timing.
Yeah. So that's definitely gonna be like my like New Year's resolution. Would be just like do like what I want to do. Like that's why like I hit you up before, and I was like, let's do this video because like I want to do things that like make me
Exactly.
do the things that I want to do instead of like being like, oh, I'm gonna like stick to like this to that to like to the status quo and like do things that like everybody else wants me to do.
Yeah.
And just like do.
And that was like my biggest problem with like YouTube. I was always so scared what people would think of like my videos, blah blah blah. Now it's like I don't care. Like I'm putting stuff out that like I like and that makes me happy. So if you don't like it, don't watch. Actually, do watch. Leave a like on that. Put a thumbs up.
We need viewers.
And we're gonna be doing Logan video. So watch out for that.
Yeah.
It's in the works, man.
It is coming soon, 2020. That's it.
Alex. Yeah. We're gonna make some banger videos.
Oh yeah.
Like almost 3 hours.
I
don't know.
I don't
It's
know.
like probably 2. I bet it's over. I bet it's over 2.
It's gotta be over 2. Like we sat here for a while. Like
You've been here for a while. Yeah, we've been like before the video started. We talked a lot about like.
Yeah, we were literally like trying to like script it all out. We were like, oh.
We said it's just gonna go, but now I forgot like how long we were doing this, and it goes by quicker. But those are our resolutions, man. I mean, I can't really think. I feel like we touched on so much stuff.
Yeah. I could go on longer, but I don't know if I should.
I don't even know what else to talk about. So I can get deep into some food. I'm starving. Football. That's a different topic. I know you can go into football for days.
Football, yeah.
Fuck the Chiefs. No, I'm joking.
Baby.
I'm just joking.
Super Bowl
All right, who do you actually have in your Super Bowl?
Okay.
This is my last question for the night. Honestly, if it's not the Chiefs, who's in the Super Bowl?
It's the Chiefs, so I'm not gonna. Okay, how about this? I think it's gonna be Chiefs for sure. That's that. I mean, I put money on it. I mean, I'm a betting man, so I put my money on the Chiefs, and I think that they got hot at the right time. The defense is looking great. They started
You
off
gave
so bad.
you gave Patty too much time to heal up, man.
No, I know.
Even
Like,
though he looked shitty the last couple
Yeah,
weeks, I'm
I
not
know.
gonna lie, he's been looking a little rough. But
Pat was like, hey, he's like, he had the MVP numbers until he got hurt. Like he had the numbers every single week. He was leading the NFL in every single stat.
dude, did
And
you
then-
see he was out for like 2 weeks and he was still like almost
Yeah.
leading, like passing?
Yeah, and I was like, I tweeted this. I was like, Pat gave you guys all a chance to like finally like get your time to shine.
Yeah.
He was,
Now
he was
it's
like, hey, he's
Lamar.
like, you know what? I'm gonna get hurt right now. Just so I'm gonna give you guys a chance. I'm gonna give you
Yeah.
guys a fighting chance to take the MVP. And then Lamar's just like, hey, I got it. And then he was like, and then Pat's like, you know what? Whatever. I'll just take the Super Bowl.
Dude, I want to
Pat
touch
wants
on
the
this
Super Bowl
quick.
MVP.
Did you see that announcer say that shit about Lamar?
Oh, about his skin.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, he's cheating because the skin, the color of the ball is the same color of his skin." And then the next week, he wore white sleeves with white gloves. That was such a goat move. But like, that's so fucked up.
Yeah. I can't like.
Like, who would say that?
There's so much shit that like people would like over like exaggerate. Like I remember like last year, like do you remember who's the Hawkeye announcer?
Oh,
Gary
Dolph.
Dolphin.
Yeah, Gary
like,
Dolphin.
he
yeah.
said something about like
Jordan Bohannon, wasn't it?
No,
Oh,
it was about
a
player,
gorilla or
like,
something.
The gorilla thing with a player like saying like he was like just saying like that he was playing like a beast pretty much. Like,
Yeah.
he was, like going crazy. Like,
But,
he was going
yeah.
off, and then he didn't mean it in that way. And then this dude goes, yeah, Lamar's so good because the dark ball blends in with his dark skin.
It's so fucked.
What the fuck?
Who says that? Exactly. Like,
Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. It's 2019, but like you think that's a great idea. I'm just gonna go.
yeah, and then you lose your job. Now everyone
Yeah.
hates you, fucking idiot.
I mean, I'm sure he didn't mean it, but like it just like came
yeah,
out.
but it's like, why say it, dude? Like, we know. It's so stupid. Like, some announcers are so stupid they don't care. It's funny though. But I mean, I think we should end it on that. I mean that. Thank you guys so much for watching this
Chiefs
podcast.
Super Bowl champions. I just want to say that.
Chiefs, Packers.
Chiefs Packers. I'll take
That'd
that.
be so lit.
I'll take that. If
Rodgers
not,
versus Mahomes.
If not, it's
Even
prob-
though
it's
the
probably
Chiefs
gonna be
almost,
the
even though
Texans.
the Chiefs almost beat the Packers without Patty, that was
Yeah,
rough.
yeah, that was fucked up. I put a lot of money. I put money on that. I put money on the Chiefs to beat the Packers without Mahomes, and I was like, you know, man, hey, we got it. We're at home, but they lost, and so did I. I lost a lot of money, but hey, I'm a betting man. I put my money on the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl. They're gonna win the Super Bowl. Right time.
If
they're
they win the
hot.
Super Bowl, I'll put
Oh no!
I put lemon in my eye. No, I'm just joking. Knock on wood. I was just
Supreme
joking.
Patty.
Nah. Patty.
If they win the Super Bowl, I will fucking cry.
I know you will.
I think that.
All right, serious question. Would you rather see the Chiefs win the Super Bowl this year or hang out with Beebs for a day?
I'd rather see the Chiefs win.
Fuck you, Beebs. No, I'm joking. Don't hate me,
the Chiefs
Beebs.
have fucked me over like 1,000 times.
I
I cannot
remember.
tell you.
They fucked you over. So.
I think that I literally get.
Should we bring it back to the Patriots Chiefs game last year?
Last year, the AFC Championship, I was so fucking mad. I literally was burning up. I was so pissed off. Like, for a second, we were going to the Super Bowl. Like, D4 lined up offsides. We had a pick. Tom Brady threw a fucking pick.
Dude, he knows everything about the Chiefs.
I can literally tell you, like, play by play, every single thing that happened. And Tom Brady threw a pick. It was second. I was trying to be like right on.
All right, it was 2nd and 7. I know, whatever.
I think it was actually.
What?
And Tom Brady threw a pick.
Look it up.
He threw it to Gronk. He threw a pick, and
they called a flag, didn't they?
Called a flag, and I literally fucking like I jump up in my seat and I'm like fucking I'm crying. Like I'm like oh my god. I'm going
that
crazy.
was the game-winning play, and then they call the flag.
Minute
that
and
sucks.
5 seconds left, and he throws a pick, and I'm like, they're like the announcers are going crazy, like Kansas City picks it off, and like they're like talking about all that stuff, and like I'm literally like going crazy, and all of a sudden like I'm like, oh my god, like we're going to Super Bowl, like it's over.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they're like, I see like the yellow on the screen, and I'm like, oh no, and I'm like, I'm literally down like this, I'm on my knees, I'm like, please tell me that was not.
I feel like it'd be such an insane show to watch.
Like,
you to watch the
I
Chiefs
think that I'm gonna
play.
do like an Instagram live or like something like I'm gonna do like
a very close game, and then you just live stream it or something.
I don't know if it would like I would have to do the whole game because like I think it'd be hilarious to I think I would just like I would videotape the whole game and then I would just like show the reactions of like the plays, like I'll like fast forward it.
Yeah.
Because if you saw like their roller coaster of emotions like
no,
like,
trust me, I believe you.
I get up and I'm like, this is how I like I play catch with like my dad or like
yeah.
my friend, and like I literally like I'll pace back and forth and like if there's a big play and I'm like this I'm like
I can see it too.
Like,
that's so
there
funny.
was a time where like I used to like pray. I would be like,
bro, I did that same shit too
I
though.
would literally pray, and I'm like,
but I lost.
I'm like, oh my God, please, if the Chiefs win, if you get the Chiefs to come back and win, I know it's halftime. If the Chiefs,
bro, I
like,
used to be the type of person to be like, God, if you're real, like have
I'll
my team win.
I'll
Yeah.
do this. I was like, if you do this, I'll be good for
I'll be good for a week.
I would literally pray and I'd be like, please God, like I'll be better. I'll get my homework done.
No, seriously, and then like it never worked.
Like, just like that's how I react. Like I literally like I'm so invested in the Chiefs. Like I care about the Chiefs more than I care about like, most things, which is
on
the
Chiefs
sad.
one day.
It's pretty like, dude. I know this person will never see it, but
would you ever move to Kansas City?
I actually so that's the thing. I think I want to one, I want to get season tickets. Like that's like my goal in life is to get season tickets to the Chiefs. But me and my friend we're thinking about moving there like next year, like 2020. So
damn,
I might even like
you out of here.
I might just say, yeah. Fuck the Butte. Like,
Deuces.
I'm just out of here. I'm about to like look up. I'm about to quit my job.
As they're watching, like what?
Like,
yo, you're actually gonna say that?
Ivy's like what? No, I'm thinking about like getting another. Like I'm gonna go like look for jobs down there, me and him, and then we're gonna like.
You get a text from your manager. Yeah, yo, don't come back ever again.
Yo, you're fired. We don't fucking need you.
He's just joking though, right?
I mean, I don't know. I think that
they need you, dog.
They need me.
You are high V.
I am high V. And guess what? You know what? Guess who also has high V? Kansas City. Guess who's sponsored by the Chiefs?
Kyrie?
Or the yes. Or no.
You work
Hy-Vee
at
sponsors
don't you work at
Chiefs.
you work at what's it called though?
I work at Hy-Vee.
No, but what's it called, the restaurant?
Oh,
there?
Market Grill?
Yeah, you don't work at Hy-Vee. You work at
No. I work
at
at Hy-Vee Market Grill. I'm a bartender. Come and get some drinks there. Hey, I'll hook you up. I will hook you up with some good drinks. So we have great deals, $2 beers every day.
As he's like, dude, I'm
beers.
quitting.
If I'm gonna quit, I'm gonna promote him and I'm gonna give him some business. But so they have.
I got 10 minutes ago. We're like, all right, guys, thank you guys so much for watching.
Thanks for watching. We're done here.
All right, we fucking hate Hypey. Welcome back to the show.
I don't know if I can say that.
No, I don't fucking hate Hypey. I buy all my groceries there.
Hype's a great place to get food. It's great. But
Hypey is gas sometimes.
yeah, I think I'm gonna move. Whatever. Hey, Zara, you can come. We can go hang out with your boy.
Oh, my boy G, my boy Grant. Hey, Grant, you're not watching this, but go Chiefs.
Yep.
And Pack.
In the description, I'm gonna say go to the end of the video where I talk about the Chiefs, and then everybody can just go there.
Yeah, exactly.
Chiefs are gonna win the Super Bowl. We all know Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league.
If they win the Super Bowl, you gotta shave your head.
Okay, if they win the Super Bowl, I will shave my head because I.
You heard it here, folks. First, folks.
Yep,
you
heard it here.
Guys, if you heard it here first, folks.
Here first, folks.
If
Logan
Chiefs,
is gonna shave his head.
not me, him.
No, he is too.
I'm not.
Logan's gonna shave my head.
Yes, there we go. Now we're
Logan's gonna
talking.
shave my head if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, because one, I put $100 on the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, and it pays out like 1,000. So I'll be extremely happy. Not only did the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, I will be winning.
Who are they playing in the Super Bowl?
Oh, okay.
49ers? That'd be a great
That's the
Super Bowl.
thing. I don't like. I feel like the Niners aren't gonna actually like. I don't think they're gonna make it.
Dolphins?
I think.
I'm just joking.
Dude, no, low key though, the Dolphins are not that bad. I bet on them a couple weeks.
No, we're on a whole new topic.
No, they're not bad. No, they're low key. They're not that bad.
No, they just signed what's his name, Parker.
Yeah, Devonta Parker for an extension.
But who are they playing in the
40
Super Bowl? Who are the Chiefs playing in the Super Bowl?
Okay, it's either gonna be. So here's like the teams, the playoff teams. So it's I don't know like the order, but it's for sure Niners, Packers. The Vikings might not make it, but I'll just say the Vikings because they're in it right now. Vikings, Seahawks.
Seahawks are looking good.
Saints.
Saints
5.
too.
There's one more team what can I think? There's one more team, because that's only 5. Oh, the Cowboys.
6 and 7 team, nah,
The
dog.
Cowboys?
They're not
No,
making
I
the
know.
Super
Who's
Bowl.
in the division though? Because it's
Eagles.
okay. No, yeah. So the Eagles or Cowboys might make the playoffs at 7 and 9.
Yeah, it's
Can you
embarrassing.
imagine? Like that's fucked up.
Wait, how many weeks of football are left until playoff?
It's week 14 this week, so
3.
3. So here's the crazy thing is that so the Vikings have I think they're like 9-4.
Yeah, something like that.
9-4?
Packers
So-
are 10 and 3, so yeah,
Yeah,
about
like
9-4.
the Vikings have a pretty damn good record, and the Cowboys or no, it's the Niners. The Niners are like 11 and
2,
3
11
or
and
10 and
2.
3.
Yeah.
One of the two, and they might be the 5th seed, and then the Cowboys who are like 5 and or 6 and
Yeah.
whatever 6 and like 7 right now.
Yeah.
Or 6 and whatever 6 and 8. And they literally will host a game, and the Niners, who are like 10 and 3, are literally gonna have to like visit them. And
It's
they have
so
a 10 and
stupid.
3 record, but like since they didn't win the division, or like they might not win the division. So I would say possibly the Niners. If the Chiefs play the Niners, they're gonna kill them. I know that. If the Chiefs play the Packers, with Pat.
I don't know. Is that defense going to stop Rodgers?
Rodgers isn't shit anymore. He really isn't. I'm sorry.
I'll show you what's good. No, he's been struggling, but
Yeah.
hey,
But
he's got it in
it's not the Bears. We know that.
him.
Maybe next year, Trubisky's trash. Trubisky's trash.
Yeah, I don't even want to get into it.
Maybe we should just have our own podcast about football.
Could do that.
Just
I could have a podcast about so much things, but like that's inappropriate.
yeah.
You know what I mean? No, I'm joking. All right, we should probably end it there. It's like 1 o'clock.
Yep.
Thank you guys so much for watching this podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed. Talked about a lot of stuff, a lot of different stuff. If you're still watching this all the way through, you're a real one. I know Patty and JB are watching.
Yep.
But
Shout out.
shout out to you for hey, thanks for coming on the podcast. I appreciate it. It started out a little awkward, but
Yeah, we didn't know what to
then
do.
we kind of forgot that we were kind of even like live streaming.
Yeah.
But I'll see you guys on my social media, Logan Zara. See me on my YouTube, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Bye, guys.